Hi, it's Jenika with Jenika's Journals, and I'm here today with a review of the new Leuchtturm411 notebook. I just filled it. I feel like I deserve some sort of an award for filling this. Maybe I'm the first person in the entire world to fill this new journal. And maybe I'm not. But I thought I would just give you my take on this journal. So I'm a big fan of this company and the journals that they make. And they make several sizes, hard covers, soft covers, pocket size all the way to B5. But what I'm going to talk today is about this new one, this 411 they call it. And I read on the website that 411 has a certain meaning, like that those numbers have a certain meaning. I don't remember what it was or what it is. But anyway, I was excited for the notebook. I filled many of these up with my journaling. And so I want to compare this notebook or the two notebooks as well as both of the notebooks filled up. That's what we're going to be talking about, I think. Yes. So if you know this notebook, if you're watching this video, you probably know this notebook and this company, and you probably know the paper. So I'm not going to go into details because there's really not a whole lot. Actually, there's nothing different with the paper in this notebook compared to their classic notebook. So I'm not going to go over that. I do love the paper. It's not like special. Well, there's a lot of different specialty papers. I feel like it's a step up from the Moleskine paper, but it's in that same category. And it's thin, yet it does tolerate a lot of my different inks that I throw at it. I can't say that I can throw anything at this paper, but it's okay. I don't need that for my journals. So I'm satisfied, very, very more than satisfied with the paper. I actually really love the paper, and I was thrilled that they came out with a 411. So the regular notebook has 251 pages. This one has 411 pages. That is the only difference that I can perceive. So I filled one up. I started on April 6th. So I don't stress about starting a new journal on the first day of the month or the first day of the year or the first of anything. If I end a journal, it's time to begin another one. I've talked about that a little bit in my videos. And this journal, currently it houses all of my ephemera that I keep with my journal. I was really fumbling with the journal, trying to get my ephemera out. So I keep ephemera in the front cover or the back cover. I had a lot this time because this was a long period of time as well as an emotional, big time of my life. And so I have a lot of cards that I kept, and I just slide them in the back cover here, and then I store this on my shelf just like this in its leather cover. So the cover that is covering this 411 is the Arnia leather that I have talked about in another video, and it just patinaed very beautifully. I don't have a piece here to show you what it looked like before I began using it, but it's changed a lot. It handled its job very well. So I loved how it molded to the book, and it almost grew with the book. Anyway, so this is the book itself, and I put a pen loop on the back, and this did take a little bit of beating because I pulled at it a lot to put my pen in it, but it did go back. Let's go back to the dates here. Sorry, I got a little distracted. From April 6th, and I ended it on September 3rd. So I was in it a while. I would say that the only thing that changed, or the only, I don't know, beating I feel like this book took, was where my knot here kind of set against that spine. And it didn't wear it down. It just kind of dented it a little bit. It won't matter to me because I store it on the shelf like this. And actually, I would have been okay with it taking a lot more abuse. The spine stayed together. It did warp. Do you see that? It warped to cover this bulging book. The back stayed flat and the front cover warped a little bit. But it didn't crack or bend like a crease or anything like that. And the spine stayed together. So it came apart a little here just from that pressure and wear. This book got opened up multiple times a day for that entire time. April, May, June, July, August. So 5 full months. It got opened every day, multiple times a day. So I will compare it to what it started off like. I was a little concerned they were going to not make any more of these, but they did just release some more. So here's what it looked like to start with. And I don't have precise measurements, but I will show you. It started off at, it looks like an inch closed with, that's including the front and back cover. And it ended for me, of course this would be different for everyone, but it ended for me at, I don't know, almost 1.5 inches. It looks like it grew a lot more than that, but it didn't. So I journal with a lot of words and several stickers and several pictures, but the pictures I print on sticker paper, so they don't add a whole lot of bulk. So I have shared my journal, the insides of my journal. Here's an example of some of my photos. I won't go through my journal because I've done that in another video, actually several videos probably. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share about the 411. It was a very pleasant experience. I also wanted to take an older journal. This is a regular size Leuchtturm that I filled a while back, and I will just compare as well. So this is what a filled one, get up a little bit more, looks like. And then we'll compare, we'll just do this, like this, more of an even thing. So anyway, that's been my experience with the 411. There's not a lot to say other than I loved the book. It was excellent. It was definitely more of a time commitment. Let's see, this regular size book I filled up November, the end of November, so December 2024 to April, the beginning of April, so 4 months. This one, it took 5 months, only 5 months, and the only reason for that is because my father passed away during this time period. I had some kids graduate. I mean, I've been through all this. This was a huge time of my life. So a lot of emotion, a lot of writing, and a lot of just memory keeping in general. So anyway, that is my review. I say Leuchtturm really hit it home. And I probably should compare this, add this to the larger journal mix that I have, the Midori Codex, the Moleskine Expanded, Sterling Ink. They have expanded notebooks. Create with Pen has large notebooks. I'm sure there's others that I just can't think. Hobonichi, all that. Anyway, this company really hit it home with this book. My sentiment might have to do with the fact that it served me so well. So losing a father, having children graduate, a family vacation. I mean, I've talked about all the things that have happened in my life during this period of time, and they are captured in this book. There's a lot of hurt in this book as well as beautiful moments. So I actually was kind of happy to put it on the shelf and not have to look at it. So one thing about having a journal that spans a 5-month period, you do have the ability to look back. When you're journaling that day, you can look back all those months ago at what was going on with your life and sort of reminisce and relive things. And then you shelf it, and it's like you're shelving those memories for the time being, I think. And so there's this emotional aspect, or this, I don't know how quite to describe it. There's definitely an emotional component to putting a journal on a shelf, especially when you have had a tumultuous period of your life. And that's been captured. So I think that is part of my sentiment with this book, is the fact that it served me so well. It was my friend. I don't know, I spent a lot of time with this book. And so that is part of probably why I feel as positive about that as I do. And maybe you wonder what journal I'm going to use next, or what journal I'm in next. And I was going to just choose the regular Leuchtturm and just fill this one up, but I did some calculations with page numbers, and I was gifted a Midori A5 notebook from a friend that sent me a nice little care package gift after my dad died. And I decided, instead of using this to move on, or this to move on, I decided to go ahead and jump into that. If I had started this January 1st and ended it at the end of May, I probably would have just jumped into a second one and filled two of them up in 1 year. But it's also fun to change journals up, to change paper up, and I love Midori paper. And so I was looking forward just to getting into that paper again. So I chose a different notebook. I'm also going to do a video about that soon. But anyway, that's my take on the Leuchtturm 411. I'm very pleased, and I look forward to buying a few more for my stash. Thanks for watching. I would love to hear your comments if you've used the book as well.